54, or some would say the Tyus Bowser episode. Welcome back to the Purple Rain podcast with your boy Sutton Def and Simply AS10. And you're seeing this guy the second time today. I was actually on the way to the gym and I'm like, what? I'm like, are we going live right now? I was like, oh, a little bit of MMA going on. I was like, okay. But how'd that go? Let us know.
Yeah, man. 5-minute MMA ended up turning into half-hour MMA. Basically, I went live, and the Rain Gang showed up, and we were chopping it up about MMA. Jake Paul's fighting Tyron Woodley. I guess we'll talk about that towards the end of the episode. I want to get your take on, how excited you are for that, because Jake Paul's he's getting pretty popular. But we'll talk about that. 5-minute MMA is on the Purple Rain Podcast channel. Make sure you guys check that out if you missed it. And like my guy Alex said, this is Purple Rain Podcast episode 54, the Tyus Bowser episode. Yes. Tyus Bowser episode. We got the Rain Gang in the house tonight. You already know what's going on. Our guy Gerald is in the house early. He says Ravens Nation. Yes, sir. What's good, man? We got our guys from TTB Ravens Media. Big shout out to those guys. Them guys, they've been going crazy. They've been going crazy lately, man. They say, what's up, Rain Gang? Been a minute. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining the live stream tonight. We've got Void in the house. Void was in the stream earlier. Not the Purple Rain, but the 5-minute MMA stream. Big shout out to Void. Rush is in the building. Darius, the official, is in the building. Daquan Jones is here. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining the stream. Jeremy Reynolds says, yes, sir. What's up, Rain Gang? What's up, Jeremy? How you doing tonight, man? Appreciate you for joining the stream. Caleb's in here. Yeah, man, the whole Woodley is washed. The whole Rain Gang is in support tonight. K-Dog, Mod K-Dog in the house. As what's good, Simply AS10 and Sutton Def. How you doing, K-Dog? Taquan Christian in the house, and Christopher Swain as well. Cam Neal too. I don't know if I already mentioned you, but Cam Neal. So guys, couple things to talk about tonight. OTAs week number 2. We gotta break it down. We gotta react to it. There's been a lot that's gone down within the past 2 days. So why not? Let's just get right into it. Why not, Alex? Right? Should we do that?
Why not? Let's go for it.
Let's get right into it. Go for it. Right. So OTA reactions. Ooh. OTA reactions, man. Week 2 of it. Alex, what are your initial takeaways? What should we talk about first? Because a lot of stuff happened.
I mean, the gang joined up. Sammy Watkins showed up. Mark Andrews showed up. Alejandro Villanueva showed up. Kevin Zeitler showed up. I mean, Marlon Humphrey showed up. Everybody's there. I mean, the gang is all there. I mean, that's something we can talk about. I mean, just the fact that all of our big name players are showing up to voluntary practices right now.
It goes to show like how dedicated these guys are to like actually winning a championship this year, because I'm sure like a lot of other teams, like a lot of those guys aren't showing up to OTAs. Like guys who are like teams that aren't contending for championships. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not having the same amount, like the same percentage of players showing up for voluntary OTAs. You think?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Chiefs and I saw Tyreek Hill was there. Mahomes was there. Obviously, they're contending, but yeah, I mean, I know the Texans. They didn't even give their reporters like a list of who was there. So I think that goes to show with the Texans, like, if you're playing for that big of a team, I don't think if it's voluntary, why risk getting hurt, if there's nothing to play for. But we can start off with the good if you want to, if that's cool.
Yeah, let's start with the good.
Rashad Bateman. I mean, dude, the way people are talking about him, looks like a stud, sounds like a stud. We may have finally hit on the receiver. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but they're saying his route running looks crisp. He's not dropping the ball. He's been one of the most elusive guys out there. What do you think about that? Like, did we finally hit on a wide receiver in the first round? Or it just in the draft in general?
We might have, my man. And, I was texting you earlier. The Ravens posted a story on their Instagram today.
Oh, boy.
And it was a video of Rashad Bateman walking out of the tunnel with Devin Duvernay. They were side by side. And I was in shock at how much bigger Rashad Bateman looks than Devin Duvernay. I didn't think by any stretch of the imagination that Devin Duvernay was like a small guy, but Rashad Bateman's just that much bigger. And I think he's what, like 6'1", 6'2"?
I thought 5'10", 5. No, he measured 6'2" or 6'1" at his pro day, and like they said he was shorter than that. I can look up his height real quick. I got you.
Yeah. Look that up for sure. And actually, as a matter of fact, I want to pull it up on stream for you guys. I want you guys to see kind of, if you haven't seen it today or you don't follow the Ravens on Instagram, whatever, I want you guys to see kind of what we were seeing in that moment, like with Rashad Bateman standing side by side with Devin Duvernay. So I'm going to bring it up here for you guys. So you guys can see wide receivers ready to work. They're walking out in Owings Mills, Maryland at the training facility. But just look how much bigger Rashad Bateman. Look at the pad level.
He's only 1 inch taller. They have Duvernay listed at 5'11" and Rashad Bateman at 6 foot. Exactly.
Yeah, but man. But imagine if Devin. You think about it this way: if Devin Duvernay was a cornerback checking Rashad Bateman, and I'm Lamar Jackson, I feel like I can throw it up to Rashad Bateman.
Yep. Yeah. A one-on-one ball, I'm taking
one-on-one. Oh yeah, I'm definitely taking Bateman in that for sure. So that just kind of surprised me, like how big Rashad Bateman looks, especially compared to Devin Duvernay. Let's see. Cam Neal says Duvernay is short and stocky. Bateman is a lengthier build. He is, yeah, he absolutely is. But man, I think he's gonna be our number one receiver. I'm gonna go out on record and say that right now. Rashad Bateman, he's gonna be our number one receiver by the end of the season. He's gonna be certified, bona fide. Everybody's gonna be talking about it. Yeah, I think that.
Okay.
Let me see. Jeremy Reynolds chimes in, says Bateman gives me Justin Jefferson vibes. He looked like the most NFL ready receiver coming out of the draft. So excited. I was thinking about this earlier too. He does give me Justin Jefferson vibes. I feel like he's gonna make a couple big plays, big splash plays, like early in the season. I say like first 4 or 5 games, and a lot of people are gonna start talking about him. What do you think?
I'm still surprised Kadarius Toney went ahead of him. I mean, with the Giants, that kind of confused me. But they won a receiver in the first round because they wanted to get Devonta Smith, I believe. So I would have taken Bateman, honestly. I mean, I had Bateman above Toney. I mean, I had Bateman, right after the big, 3 or 4 were taken. Waddle, Chase, and Smith. So I was surprised that he even made it that far. We were talking about it on the draft stream. But number 1, you think? Are you saying right now, should I draft him for my fantasy team? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if you should draft him for your fantasy team. I think you could probably get Rashad Bateman in a draft like very, very late, or he might not even go drafted, honestly.
Yeah, I think he'll go undrafted. I think
he'll probably go undrafted.
I think I'll take Watkins and Hollywood above Bateman just because they're 1 and 2 starting the year.
Real quick, we have a super chat donation coming in from King Music, the first super chat donation of the night. Big shout out to you, King. We appreciate you, man. He says Bateman and Watkins is the dream team. We hope so. But let's not forget about Hollywood Brown, guys. Let's not forget about Hollywood.
Thank you.
Hollywood, he's gonna. I would say he would be our number one receiver, but just the type of receiver he is with his build, he's not really the guy that you really would want as your number one wide receiver. When I think of number one wide receiver, I think of a guy who can line up on the outside and can beat one-on-one coverage on an island, that sort of thing.
Julio Jones, Michael Thomas,
Michael Thomas, right. Bateman and Watkins, we'll see if Bateman can do that at the NFL level. Watkins, of course, he's been playing for a little while. He's really good, finding the empty spot in the zone, which is cool. But for the most part, though, Watkins, we've seen what we've seen from him, right? We've seen it, like what he did in Buffalo, what he did in Kansas City. And hopefully it'll translate to the Ravens. It'll translate well to the Ravens. And I think it will. But Bateman and Watkins being a dream team, we'll see. My man.
That was like
Watkins got to stay healthy.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, since we're talking OTAs, there was lots of drops. Eli Wolf had 3 drops. Sammy Watkins had 2 drops, and Miles Boykin had 2 drops. And that's like the title of the video, in the thumbnail. What was it? Drops, ducks, and fights. We're getting into drops right now. Right. So that's not a good look for Watkins, but I get it. I mean, he was hurt during the Chiefs playoff run last year. I get that. But Boykin, 2 drops in practice. That's not helping you out when you have people right up your behind trying to take your position. So could we maybe see the end of Miles Boykin in Baltimore, you think?
I don't know, man. And we just signed a new wide receiver today, Devin Gray. It's hard. I mean, roster spots in that wide receiving core is going to be very, very, hard to come by. So those guys at the bottom of the totem pole, which are at this point Miles Boykin, Devin Duvernay, and James Prochet, they kind of they're on the chopping block. There's a lot of competition in the wide receiving core right now. But it's funny because I heard that Miles Boykin. Well, I saw that Miles Boykin actually performed pretty well in last week's OTAs.
Yeah.
But, and this week he just dropped a couple passes. So it kind of speaks to the inconsistency that we see on the field with him. But real quick, we have another super chat donation coming in from our guy, Josh Hoffman. Says, anyone who goes past cautious optimism for a Ravens wide receiver draft pick is drinking the strong Kool-Aid. Thank you so much, Josh, for your donation. We appreciate you, man.
The purple Kool-Aid it is. The purple.
Yeah, purple Kool-Aid. Yeah, I mean, it's good, and for good reason. Like the last couple of wide receivers that we've taken haven't necessarily other than Hollywood Brown, haven't necessarily panned out the way that we want them to. You take a look at guys like Brashad Perriman, for example, who just never really panned out for us. And people were really optimistic about him. I was really optimistic about Miles Boykin. I really, really was when we first drafted him. But he really hasn't panned out to be that type of receiver. So, yes, we will, Josh. We will be careful. We will be cautious. And we will be hesitant about giving, the Ravens receivers that we draft their flowers. But I just think Rashad Bateman is different, man. I think he's different.
I mean, we just look at the receivers we've drafted. Jordan Lasley, Jaleel Scott, Miles Boykin, Marquise Brown, Devin Duvernay, James Prochet. That was the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Which one of those guys outside of Marquise Brown has had any real impact? Boykin has at times, but you can't really rely on them. I'm just going to keep going back further. Chris Moore, Brashad Perriman, Darren Waller, because he was drafted as a receiver, Michael Campanaro, Aaron Millette, Tommy Streeter. Where was the hit there? The biggest hit was Marlon Brown as an undrafted free agent who had a good career with us, or at least above average. So, we have to just keep it slow with these receivers. I know I'm getting a little too ahead of myself, Bateman, but it's just kind of happy to see. But I think more enough is just the coaches, too. The impact that these coaches have on him, I think that's why I'm so high on him. But we'll have to wait and see until preseason and the regular season, of course.
Honestly, I think that's one of the bigger highlights. And thank you again, Josh, for your super chat donation. We appreciate you so much. And everybody who donates to the channel, we appreciate you guys. I think that's another real highlight from OTAs that we can take away is just T. Martin and Keith Williams and just seeing what they're doing for this receiving core. I love the fact that they have them mic'd up at OTAs and you can hear like what they're saying to our younger receivers and Rashad Bateman, Tylan Wallace, and even coaching up guys like, of course, like Hollywood Brown and Sammy Watkins as well. You can tell it's just a lot of good advice. It comes from a very knowledgeable and genuine place when T. Martin speaks to the receivers. He's talking to them kind of like as men, and that's what I really respect. Not necessarily as co-workers or things like that, but it seems like he's building a real connection with this receiving core. And the guys are reacting. They're responding to that. If you watch the mic'd up video with T. Martin when he's helping out Rashad Bateman is very, very receptive to the things that T. Martin and Keith Williams are saying to him and coaching him up about, which I loved. I loved every second of that because it just goes to show how willing, our young guys are to kind of join this fold and kind of step up in our offense, and just learn from everything around them. So I'm very excited for T. Martin and Keith Williams, a very underrated pickup of ours this offseason.
And I was actually looking at Instagram and Rashad Bateman posted a picture of him and his new Mercedes-Benz. And one of the comments was from Keith Williams. It said, "That's what we own, nephew?" ? Exclamation point. So the fact that they have this little family bond already. How long has he been in the castle for?
Right.
A month and a half, basically.
Yeah.
So the fact that they have this bond kind of just makes me even more just excited. And,
so excited, right?
I mean, he only has not. Shout out to Keith Williams. He is coach_dub on Instagram. That's where I saw it. And I mean, I think that can just make his potential skyrocket even more. Just having guys and just seeing their resume. The resume speaks for themselves, who they have worked with. Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill. I mean, the USC, who T. Martin worked with, too. At USC, he made Sam Darnold a damn top 10 pick. Dude knows how to make these players look good. So
he does. And we see you guys in the Rain Gang. In the chat, you guys are chiming in about T. Martin and Keith Williams. Let me see what you guys are saying in here. Adit Mahmood joins the conversation. Shout out to you, Adit, for joining the conversation tonight in the stream. Says, seeing T. Martin being detailed-oriented makes me wonder whether Cully was just sitting in a lawn chair.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't think that David Cully was necessarily just sitting in a lawn chair. I think he was probably doing his job, maybe not at the level that T. Martin is doing it now. I think he was doing his job, but I think there's just the fact that I think one big thing is that he's a lot older and he couldn't really connect with the receivers. He's not on Instagram commenting on Rashad Bateman's post about
Keith Williams isn't the youngest of guys either. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but you can tell like him and T Martin, they're a little bit more, how do I say, cultured. They're a little bit more, they can relate a little bit more to these guys. You know what I mean? They can relate more to these guys, and that's what's important. And I see somebody else in the chat. I think it was my guy Cam Neal says, yes, and when you can share simple knowledge about the game in a relatable way, it connects so much more. Yeah, I think that just T Martin and Keith Williams, they relate. They relate to Rashad Bateman. They relate to Tylan Wallace and vice versa a lot more than a David Culley.
But so here's my issue with David Culley. Honestly, you're a wide receiver coach. How in the hell do you go a full year with the receivers not catching a touchdown for the Chiefs? Like that, there's no reason why he should have been hired as a coach here other than the fact he was friends with John Harbaugh. That's all I can really think of. Like if we were looking at a quarterback coach, the quarterback coach from the Browns from like 2005 to 2016, 17, why would we hire him? What did the Browns quarterbacks do there? It's like, what did the receivers under David Culley do? So I think I'm just happy he's gone. Best of luck to him in Houston because they're just signing every running back possible. They signed Rex Burkhead. They have like 7 running backs right now. They're a shit show in Houston right now. I don't know what's going on. But thank the Lord that we have these 2 wonderful coaches because it's just going to be a fun year to seeing these receivers ball out. And then we realized, they weren't the issue. It was coaching and development. Yeah. Wow, who would have thought? Fans have been saying this for how many years?
Yeah, man. Taquan Christian says, I liked how T. Martin said he also works with Lamar a little bit. That really made me open my eyes. Yeah, I mean, you got a wide receivers coach reaching out to the quarterback. I mean, because at the end of the day, his wide receivers can't benefit, unless Lamar is playing at his best either. So it's like, just him being able to communicate with, players that he's just met, Lamar Jackson, Tylan Wallace, Rashad Bateman, and then to have that, special connection. That's truly special, man. I love that. I love that a lot. Guys, Purple Rain Podcast says, like the video, guys. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new. All right. So let's see what else we have here. So let's talk about some of the, let's bring up some of the action.
Okay.
You want to do that or you want to talk about something else?
I just want you to bring up Click One's comment real quick. That kind of helped me. Yeah.
So Click One says,
Hollywood's rookie year. And David Culley was in the corner the whole time on his phone. While Hollywood and the other rookies, Miles Boykin there, look, they didn't know what to do.
This is telling.
Unless there was like I don't want to say that it was personal, because if it was like a personal reason, he wouldn't even be on the field.
Yeah.
So, Click One, if this is true, man, this goes to show you, maybe it's not these receivers. They can only do so much.
Yeah, maybe it's the coaching. And, just seeing like T. Martin just being the complete opposite of that. He's always in the mix, Keith Williams and T. Martin apparently.
Defense.
Yeah.
He was playing as a defensive back.
You love to see it, man. You love to see it. And I'm glad that Culley, he's gone off. He's gotten a better job than what he got in Baltimore, which, we still don't know how that happened exactly. But glad to see him go off, and we wish him the best. But we are so glad to have T. Martin and Keith Williams in the house. Thank you for that insight, Click One. That's pretty.
You don't get that anywhere else.
Yeah,
I've never heard that story before.
So. Right. So all right, let's see. Joshua Romero says Hollywood's gonna ball out this season. You got it, man. You already know. It's good. All right. Kaylee Sports says, hey guys, what I miss? What's up, Kaylee? Not much yet. We're still talking OTA stuff, but we got a lot in store for you guys tonight. So make sure you guys stick around, like the video. But let's talk about some of the action.
The juicy stuff. The juicy.
Yeah. Let's talk about the juicy stuff. Let us know.
So, as reported by many of the Ravens reporters, a spirited OTA session for the Ravens. Patrick McCarry got into a scuffle with Justin Madubuike. It appeared McCarry pushed Madubuike down, and Madubuike responded by ripping his helmet off. It was broken up quickly. Harbaugh got the two together, and they talked about it. But Jamison Hensley said neither player looked happy afterwards. So
I guess the beef is not squashed. I wonder what happened though. I mean, you got to think, of course, like center, defensive tackle, those guys probably going at it. But why? I guess McCarry started it. Makari pushed him down when, unnecessarily. This is OTAs, this is voluntary. Nobody's really supposed to be giving any real contact, competitiveness. So he pushed him down, but why? Was there something like building up to that? Was Madubuike talking trash to him or what? Like,
I just feel like maybe that's what lineman does. I like it from both of them. Makari was playing till the whistle, and Madubuike didn't want to be thrown around. Good on both sides.
Okay.
I mean, I just think of like
that.
I mean, if you're a lineman, I don't care when it is. Makari isn't the starter, so let's look at it from both sides.
Yeah.
Makari lost his starting position. He's not the center no more, so he's doing anything he can to just try to get some type of, maybe he'll be the backup left guard, backup center, because he's not even the backup center right now, maybe because we got TCC behind Bozeman.
Yeah, we do.
So I get that, and then for Madubuike, you're supposed to be the guy now. You're behind Brandon Williams. He will probably be gone next year. You're going to be the starter. You getting thrown around by a backup, that doesn't look good. So I can see both sides of it. But
I don't think Makari was throwing around Justin Madubuike, man. Let's be real here, you know what I'm saying? Like, Justin Madubuike he's a beast. I think that it was more so, and this is all speculation, of course, but I think it's more so along the lines of what you were just saying before. Like, it was at the end of the whistle. Madubuike was probably like, okay, this is OTAs. I'm not going to keep going. Like, I'm not going to like try to fight through the whistle. But Makari, like you said, fighting for his spot. So he, made an extra move, ended up pushing him down. Madubuike didn't like that. And, what happened. But I guess it happens. Like Cam Neal says, it happens all the time in the trenches. Like, the trenches is the dirtiest, nastiest place in the game of football. But it's where every game is won or lost, which is pretty funny. So,
and I saw people saying that cut Makari. No, he can play on every single position in the line.
He's a jack of all trades.
That he's literally James Hurts without the PEDs. I'm just gonna be honest with you. He can, if somebody gets hurt, he can step in anywhere, which is every team would kill to have that. So let's not say cut these players. It just happens all the time. I mean, Jordan Lasley threw a ball in the pond a couple years ago. I don't remember that. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, definitely not all too worried about it. All right, so let's see. We'll go ahead and bring up some of the action that happened, the plays and stuff, stuff that they recorded.
Clips. We got clips.
We got some clips to show you guys. So let's start with this one. As you guys can see, this is a clip of Lamar Jackson throwing a pass to our new receiver, Sammy Watkins. And as you can see, it's not the best. It's not the tightest spiral. It's kind of a duck. Okay, it's really a duck. It's really a duck. Yeah. So here's our question to you guys. Is this a big deal or is this no big deal? We're going into Lamar's fourth year. From year 1 to 2, we saw him throwing some ducks, but it's like, okay, we expect that. He's still a young guy. This is year 4 he's going into. And OTA is kind of throwing ducks on, he's not getting any pressure really on him. And the ball's still coming out looking like that. So do you guys think that this is a big deal or is it no big deal? I want to start with you, Alex. What do you think about it?
It's no big deal. I mean, we see this for year in practice, and we see week 1, what's he do? He blows out the other team and has a good year. I mean, it's really no big deal. I just don't know. I was telling you, how in the hell, who did that get by to post? Because he is already that most criticized quarterback in the league. He can throw a dot and somebody say, oh, it's practice, doesn't matter. Mickey Mouse throw. But when it's practice time, and then he throws just a duck, you got to tell me Sammy Watkins had to make more than that one catch to post. Come on.
Yeah. I feel like they definitely could have went with another clip other than this one. Because Lamar, he kind of if you look at the throw, he kind of sidearms it, which is kind of his throwing style anyway. But sometimes it does lead to duck looking passes like that. But hey, if the pass gets there with enough velocity, then hey, it is what it is. It got there. Nicholas Arnold brings up a point here. It says Peyton Manning threw ducks his whole career. Peyton Manning threw some ducks, but he made some good passes and some really good plays too. All right, let's see. Click One says no, this does not matter because the tightness of a spiral. Let me remove this. The tightness of a spiral doesn't matter; just matters where the placement of the ball is. Yeah, I mean, I got that too. And I think that Sammy Watkins probably struggled with some drops in OTAs this week because he's not all the way used to catching passes from Lamar yet. A ball coming from Lamar is a lot different from a ball coming from Patrick Mahomes. you know. So
Yeah.
it's just going to take some getting used to, because sometimes the ball is on a tight spiral. We've seen Lamar throw very, very tight spirals before, you know.
Week 1, 2019,
Exactly.
that deep ball.
But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not. And that's okay. Jeremy Reynolds says, no big deal. Quarterbacks probably have throws like that all the time in practice. Darius, the official, says, it's both to me. Big deal and no big deal. But he'll get better with the ball later in the off season. I think that's another good point as well. These guys are kind of just getting back together, getting in like game shape, things like that, or just starting to really. So yeah, we'll continue to monitor it as the off season wears on. But to my guy Alex's point though, if you're the social media team, why do you post that? Right? Like why do you post that?
Like Bleacher Report picked it up. And then, of course, that just when a tweet has more quote tweets than retweets, take it from me. It's never a good sign. It's never a good sign. So, like I said, he's heavily criticized as it is.
Yeah.
Why do you post it? Or honestly, I would have been happy with not seeing Sammy Watkins catch a touchdown and seeing that. It doesn't matter. Like, we don't know what they do in practice. So,
right.
I just think these social media team do better. Come on.
Yeah. Honestly, let's see. Taquan Christian says, have you seen Peyton Manning, Sutton? Yes, I grew up watching Peyton Manning. Absolutely. All right. Cam Neal says pass catchers need to use their hands also. You can adjust if you use your hands and don't body catch everything. That's true too. That's true too. Yeah. Let's see. Devon Johnson with the hot take says his mechanics are not improving, guys. Hence why we just have to get talent for him. What do you think about that, Alex? You think Lamar's mechanics aren't improving? Like, because that's what I mean. When you see ducks like that, that's what it feels like, right? It's like, okay, this is year 4. You know, you saw when he threw the pass. I think he had the ball by the laces. So why is it a duck in year 4? He's saying that the mechanics aren't improving. That's why we have to go out and draft a receiver with our first round pick, and go out and sign Sammy Watkins. What do you think about that?
I got to be honest, I agree with him. I mean, we'll see him make amazing passes and we'll see bad passes. He's not going to be a perfect passer. Nobody is. But I think we expect way too much out of him. Way too much. And I think it's the critics also saying way too much too. They expect him to literally go 30 for 30, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns every game. Yeah. And I think that might get to his head a little bit, as it should. That's what I think.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Bruh Moment says, if rookie Hollywood Brown can catch an insanely wobbly pass with one hand on a 50-yard throw, then I don't think a great spiral matters too much. I mean, you have good receivers, then yeah, absolutely. It just depends on, I feel like, the type of throw it is and like where the ball is going. You know, sometimes a receiver can benefit from the ball being on a tight spiral because it's a little bit easier to catch. But when for example, if Lamar throws a duck and a defender is draped all over the receiver, that's probably going to be either an incomplete pass, a tipped pass, or like an interception, you know, and that's where it kind of matters, you know. So we'll see what happens. It seems like in the games, he's a lot better. It's just not all the way consistent, you know, but that's every quarterback. That's what Cam Neal says here. It's not his mechanics. It's his consistency. He's young. He still has time for developing his consistency. Yeah.
I think we expect way too much out of him. He's 24? He's younger than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's going into his second year, and he didn't even play his full rookie year. There's so much time for him to just get better.
There's a whole lot of time for him to get better. But let's take a look at some more action that we saw from the OTAs. I'm going to bring up this video here. So here you can see
Trace McSorley.
And Lamar.
That new
get
number
it to
5.
Hollywood. New number 5, Hollywood Brown. Isn't that sweet?
There's Rashad Bateman.
Passes here. Bateman, yeah. Seeing him. You know, I think with our receivers now.
Mark Andrews catching with his hands. Ooh.
With his hands, you love to see it. Oh, this was interesting. I like this.
Never seen that before with Ravens receivers. Oh, right. I wonder why. What changed? Oh, that's right. The coaches.
These are good drills here. I like these. See who's fighting through the contacts, who's trying to get open. Yeah. And you can see Rashad Bateman at the forefront right there. But listen, guys. Here is Lamar Jackson under center. Lamar Jackson's under center right here.
What a transition. Okay. Okay.
And it's very telling to what we're going to see in the 2021 season from the Ravens offense because and real quick before we get into this, we have another super chat donation coming in from our guy Jabari Cruz
Thank you.
Ellis. Big shout out to you, man. He says, I guarantee you a lot of starting quarterbacks in the NFL has thrown ducks in the second week of OTAs. Can't wait for the games to be played. You're absolutely right there, man. This is only the second week of OTAs.
He threw one. I don't know if you saw the video of when Orlando Brown kind of knocked down Tyreek Hill. That was a duck thrown. You won't hear about it. But
you won't hear about it.
You know why.
But like we said, man, Lamar Jackson was playing under center. He was taking snaps under center in that video that we just watched. And I'll play it again in a couple seconds for you guys. But the question is this the year of Roman's revenge? Now, listen, Greg Roman, he just said in an interview that, yes, it's guaranteed Lamar Jackson will be taking more snaps under center. Last season, Lamar Jackson took only 4% of his snaps under center. That's a league low. That is a league low. So most of the time he was, 96% of the time, that is, he was out of the shotgun.
Yeah.
Out of the shotgun. So it just seems like they're kind of trying to retool and recreate the offense in a couple ways to kind of make it a little bit more balanced and more unpredictable. And I think this is the reason you guys can reference the title of the video here. This is the reason that the Ravens offense is going to be so deadly in 2021. Because we see that Greg Roman has said Lamar Jackson is going to play more under center. Alex, can you let us know exactly why that will make the Ravens offense so electrifying, so much more deadly with Lamar Jackson under center?
Can we think about real quick? Like, it's very hard to mess up that snap too. He won't have to, catch that, those just one-handed snaps. But before we get into, here's my thing with under center. Greg Roman's playbook under center sometimes is very, very wacky. You recall it would be like that play action fake bootleg to the right, and it would just eliminate the whole left of the field. He would have, I think it was Mark Andrews and then this receiver over top. We don't want that. We want, if he can open up that playbook, and I think it will because we have a new pass game coordinator, that's when the word deadly comes in for me. Because then we will see that playbook expand. And teams, like you said, haven't seen him under center. How do you stop that when you see something new, if it works?
Exactly. And here's the thing. I say it all the time on this podcast that 2019 was the season that the Ravens took the league by storm. 2020 was the season that the league reacted to the Ravens and they kind of, suppressed that offense a little bit. It wasn't quite as explosive. So now it's the Ravens' turn, again, to try something new, to improve upon the design, in order to make this offense more potent, more lethal. And I think this is the perfect way to do it. Us as Ravens fans, me and you said many times on this podcast, I think we started this podcast like halfway through last season. Yeah. But when we were like reviewing the games, we would always say like, hey, the Ravens are so predictable. There's only like 6 or 7 plays that they're going with, and they're all out of the gun, all out of the pistol formation. So it just... Seeing this news from Greg Roman that Lamar is going to be playing more under center, knowing that this offense is going to be more unpredictable, it gives me all the hope and all the excitement in the world that this offense is going to be so dangerous. Because you got to think about what happens when you have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson under center. The biggest threat of Lamar Jackson is his legs. So if you have him under center and you have him play fake to Gus Edwards to J.K. Dobbins, that sort of thing. With Lamar's back turned to the defense, those linebackers are going to be stuck. I will tell you this right now. They're going to be stuck. They're going to be flat-footed, not knowing what's going to come next. And that's a huge, huge thing. If you can keep defenses on their toes and they can't be locked in like the Bills were in the playoffs, like the Titans were in the playoffs, they know what the Ravens want to do. There's only one of two or three things that the Ravens are going to do. As long as you can stop those things, you're good. If we can open up the playbook more, and that's why guys like Keith Williams are so important. That's why guys like T. Martin are so important.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If we can get those guys and just get everything working as like a cohesive unit with the new coaches, with the new receivers, with the new protection for Lamar, and Lamar going under center, expanding that playbook, this offense is going to be lethal, damn near unstoppable. So that's why I think this year it could be Roman's revenge. It could be Roman's revenge year, man. He could, kind of redeem himself. But what do you think, man?
Here's what we don't want to see. what Steve Smith called him out on, what he was doing with Colin Kaepernick and Tyrod Taylor. 22 personnel, 2 running backs, 2 tight ends, 1 receiver. If a player who has not played in 4 or 5 years is blatantly just saying you are terrible at your job and you need to fix it, I don't want to see that anymore. Because those plays never amounted to anything. The receiving, it was either Lamar would have to just bail him out and just throw it away, or just get 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah.
So when we want something different.
Yeah.
We don't want this same BS we have seen since 2011. 10 years ago, the NFL has changed drastically. But if he can change, which he should, then like I said, I think it could be lethal too. But we'll have to wait and see, which is why I hope Keith Williams is in his ear, just telling him how to actually draw up some damn passing plays.
Man. And, I think that, like, of course, we always mention on this podcast as well, and it's the obvious. Everybody knows this. The Ravens play against a lot of zone defenses, and just us going and getting the personnel to beat zone defenses. You know what I mean? Like, just getting, of course, Hollywood Brown, we already had him, but Rashad Bateman and Sammy Watkins as well. Just guys who are really good route runners, who can find that soft spot in the defense. That's gonna prove, it's going to work out for us. I see a super chat donation in here. I got to get to that first really quick. Let's see. Darius, the official, man. He chimes in with a super chat donation. We appreciate you, bro. We really do, each and every time. He says, what Mahomes has done early in his career already, the media kills Lamar for not doing the exact same thing Mahomes did, but I got trust in our QB. Yes, absolutely. Yep,
we all do. And we're just hoping if he can get that Super Bowl, they're still going to talk. But this makes it a little bit sweeter.
It makes it that much sweeter. Our guy Gerald says, I had to step away. What did I miss? Right now, we're just talking about Greg Roman. We're talking about Lamar Jackson under center. Greg Roman putting Lamar Jackson under center more often, more than 4% of the time next season, and how that can improve our offense drastically, because it will. It'll make us a lot less predictable.
And it'll remove errors, unforced errors.
Well. Exactly. But yeah, that's what we're talking about at the moment. Let's see what else we have here from you guys. We have a comment from Slick25 Card, says they don't have a number 1 receiver. They have Lamar and Andrews. That is it. Hey, fair enough. Yeah.
We don't have a proven number 1 receiver on the team right now. We don't.
Right. Yeah, we don't. So we will see come probably week 5, week 6, who is going to be that guy, on the Ravens who steps up. Will it be Hollywood? Will it be Rashad Bateman? Will it be Sammy Watkins? Let's see. Our guy Rush says Lamar freezes defenses easily. Yeah, he does. He does that even just playing out of the shotgun 96% of the time. So imagine if he mixes it up. Man.
Can we just think about that real quick? Can we talk about that?
Let's talk
96% of the time.
Yeah.
What I get, you have to game plan against Lamar, but it's, and the fact that other teams can't stop it goes to show you how good of a quarterback Lamar Jackson is. Just think about that. If you know what a team is doing 96% of the time, what they're coming out of, and you still can't stop it, what does it say about you?
Right, exactly.
You tell me what that means.
That means that the Ravens are a seriously dangerous team. And the fact that they're going to get even more unpredictable is going to make them even more dangerous, and I'm so excited for that, man. It just seems like the Ravens are doing, as much as we kind of don't, a lot of Ravens fans don't really they don't think that the Ravens deserve like an A for their offseason moves, but I think they do, man. They've filled a lot of the holes, It's fine, right? But real quick, we have to get to our next super chat donation coming from our guy G Money. Gerald in the house again, man. G Money from deep, from the logo. You know what? I'm gonna make a like a little video clip anytime that somebody donates to a super chat, especially from deep like Gerald. We're gonna play it on here. It's gonna be the Mike Breen bang. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna add that. And stay tuned for that next episode.
I saw a great tweet. It's like, nothing's worse when your team's down big and you just hear Mike Green yell bang, and that's so true. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's bad. Because that's how you know the nail's in the coffin officially. But our guy Gerald, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you so much. He says, which will be more explosive, the offense or the defense?
He then said he meant to ask the running game or the offense.
Oh,
So like the running game or the running versus the passing. Is that what you think? Okay, running game or passing game.
Running game or passing game? Okay.
Okay,
Okay. I got that. I got that.
I like that.
I like that a lot too. Here's the thing, dude. I was thinking a lot about the running game earlier today. I was like, you know what? Us Ravens fans, the Ravens flock, the Rain Gang, we've been talking a whole lot about how good our wide receiving core has gotten or how much better it's gotten in the offseason.
Yes.
But
what
what
did
we haven't, what did we forget about? We have not talked about the fact that J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, who are just coming off a year where they both were in the top 10 in yards per carry, they're getting a much more new and improved offensive line. A new and improved offensive line. Do you know what that can do for J.K. Dobbins? Do you know what that can do for Gus Edwards late in games when defenses are tired? Hey, all I'm saying is that we have the receivers, we have the weapons in the receiving core now, but we are still a run-first football team. And with that being said, man, we're going to be so much more dangerous in the running game. We're the best running team in the world. We know that. I think we can be even better this year. So in terms of which one is going to be more explosive, I'm going to go with the running game just because I feel like they're going to have more opportunities. But what are your thoughts?
I'm trying to find. It was a tweet about the most rushing yards since Lamar took over or something, and we were at like 8,000. The next highest, like the Titans, around like 6,000.
Yeah.
We've ran for like 2,000 more yards in this. Here it is. Perfect. The most team rushing yards since 2018. Lamar Jackson took over after the halfway point of 2018. Yeah. Number 5, the 49ers, 6,096. Number 4, the Browns, 6,168. The Seahawks, number 3, 6,731. The Titans, number 2, 6,936. The Ravens, 8,808.
Can't stop us.
8,808. Almost.
Yeah.
That's
insane, right? We ran away with it. It's by a landslide. Nobody runs the ball quite like the Ravens. And just like I said, man, J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, they were both in the top 10 for yards per carry. J.K. Dobbins was number 1 in the league yards per carry, minimum 100 attempts. And I think Gus Edwards was like, number 7 or number 8, something like that. But
Gus
hey, man,
like 5 yards per carry his whole career. It's crazy.
Yeah, like come on, man. He's always falling forward, man. Gus Edwards. Listen, I was playing a game of Madden earlier. Gus Edwards almost ran for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. It was crazy. Wow. It was crazy. But listen, Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, they are going to benefit supremely from the new and improved offensive line. And to my guy Click One's point here as well, he says, "Ayo Sutton, don't forget about a healthy Nick Boyle, the best blocking tight end in the NFL, man." Listen, man, we're talking about the passing game so much being deadly, which it will be. I feel like it really will be deadly because we all know Lamar can throw and we have the weapons at receiver. But this run game, what the Ravens are known for, their true bread and butter, is going to be so much better this season. It's going to be so much better this season. So, hey, we'll see. My guy Boz in the chat chimes in and says he couldn't put them stats in Madden on me. Hey, Boz, look, man, I've been practicing. We're going to run it back.
Oh, somebody from the Rain Gang has to play Boz for like the king of the Rain Gang. You have to. He's the king right now in Madden for the PlayStation.
Nah, I'm going to beat Boz, man. I'm gonna beat Boz.
Okay.
I'm chalking that up right now. I'm going to beat him for sure. But all right, let's see what else you guys have in the chat here.
I would go back to a point too. We also have a competition now for a third tight end. Since they expanded the rosters, we will be carrying 3 tight ends again. And we have an absolute plethora. I mean, I know we were interested in Michael Pruitt. He went to the Niners. I've still, to this day, said Delaney Walker. I would love to have him as a third tight end. I think he's played in Greg Roman's offense before. He'd be perfect. But we have Tomlinson. We have the guy, Ben Mason. We have Eli Wolf. We have Jacob Breedlin. Who's it going to be? It's a healthy competition, that third tight end spot. So let's just hope that right one makes a team and we can just. I mean, we saw what we could do with 3 tight ends. Imagine with competent receivers, competent coaches, sky's the limit.
Yeah, man. And can we talk about? I know we talked a lot about the run game because of Gerald's question. And big shout out to our guy Gerald, man. We appreciate you so much. Again, just as always for your support, your donations, everything. But let's shift gears a little bit more back towards the passing game again.
Okay.
These guys that we have now, of course, like I said before, the Ravens play against a lot of zone defenses. So what do we need? We need receivers who can beat zone coverage. And what are the best types of receivers, the best archetype of receivers that can beat zone coverage? Speed guys and also route technicians. And that's what we have in Rashad Bateman. That's what we have in Sammy Watkins. And that's what we have in Hollywood Brown. Now, me personally, Sutton Def of the Purple Rain podcast, I would like to officially coin our wide receiving group, our wide receiving core, the name of it as the Zone Busters. You know, like the Ghostbusters, but the Zone Busters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that a lot, man. Yeah. I think these guys are really going to shred up zone coverages all season long. They're going to force teams to play man. And as soon as they start playing man, guess what's going to happen, Alex? You tell me.
Oh, you said.
You know what's going to happen, man.
You said man. Remember last time
coverage?
Remember last time they played man against us? That was week 1 of 2019. We put 59 points. Since then, teams have ran zone against us.
Yeah.
Think about it.
That's all it is right there. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. So I definitely think that's going to happen. Let's see. The April 123 says, who you going to call? The Zone Busters. Exactly. I'm pointing that right now.
We got to get a graphic up. We got to get a graphic made of just.
We do.
Yeah, we got to do that. We'll have it.
We're on that. All right, let's see. Cam Neal says, guys that can read defenses, coverages are great against zone also. That's why Mandrews eats over the middle. Also a very good point. Can Mandrews be
a part of it? Would you have Mandrews a part of the zone bust? Okay.
Of course. Okay. How many guys are there in the Ghostbusters? Isn't there like 3 or 4?
You're asking the wrong person.
I never really watched.
Google.
Yeah. I watched them, but I wasn't really a huge fan of it. But yeah, I think it's like 3 or 4 guys. But yeah, they can all be a part of the Zone Busters. I think that this is going to be a wonderful season. I saw my guy Christopher Swain say in the chat that he's so excited for this season. I am too, man. It just seems like the Ravens have done everything that they can to, fill all the holes on the roster. Minus 1 or 2 here and there. Of course, some of us would still like a veteran edge rusher. But yeah,
I think it's going to happen now. I think that's going to happen. I think with us officially out, well, not officially, but unofficially out on Julio Jones, I think we're going to be focusing straight up on a edge rusher. I think it has to happen. It makes sense. I mean, I want a Julio too, but I think if it's just too much for us, then
yeah. The Zone Busters, yes. Let's see. Jason Ridley says, random question, but Sutton, is your Apple Watch band gray or navy blue? I unfortunately cannot tell. My Apple Watch band is actually pink. It's very hard to tell, like on camera, but it is pink. It's the pink Nike Sport Loop band. Shout out to Nike. Y'all know I love my Nike. But all right, let's see. Void says, birds of prey on defense and the Zone Busters on offense. I'm liking these nicknames, man.
And with these nicknames, Sammy Watkins was a part of the Legion of Zoom with Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman with the Chiefs. Yeah. And speaking of, these names, did you watch Sammy Watkins' presser?
I did.
He said he felt like this kind of feels like Kansas City to him. So we're talking about, they were the last receiver group with a name like Legion of Zoom. Okay, Zone Busters. What's up with it? I mean, hopefully we can do what they did, win the whole damn thing.
Right. Maybe we can actually get that going, Zone Busters. That would be dope. That would be super dope.
Let's do it. That's what Twitter's for.
Mainstream. You're right. Like, we got to put it on Twitter.
If we can use our platforms, why not?
Why not? Let's do it. But yeah. Let's see. Gerald Lawson says, if the Ravens go to the Super Bowl, Purple Rain should do a special celebration. Hey, man,
from the parade.
Oh, yeah. If we go to the Super Bowl, if we win the Super Bowl, me and Alex will be at the parade together, partying it up, man. And you guys, hopefully you guys are there too. All right, let's see. Adit Mahmood says, if we go with movie references to describe the offense, I would go with Fast and Furious. Like we are scoring points fast and furiously. Yeah, I think we were Fast and Furious. Yeah, I about to say we were Fast and Furious in 2019.
Yeah. That was like us in 2019 kind of has how I feel about the Chiefs now. It's like they have the ball, they're about to score. You can't stop them. I don't feel like that with the Ravens anymore. I do with the Chiefs, do with the Bucks. So hopefully we can get back to that and then win the whole damn thing indeed. Because I don't know, we weren't Fast and Furious in the playoffs. It was terrible.
All right, let's see. Jason Ridley also chimed in and said, by the way, this season is beat the Chiefs or bust. We better beat the brakes off of them at some point. Hopefully week 2. Because it's about time they get a butt whooping. What do you think about that?
They got one in the Super Bowl. But
they did.
They haven't got one from AFC team in a while. I think the Raiders beat them, and then the Chargers beat them with their backups in.
Yeah.
But I am completely fine. It'll be week 2, and if we lose, I will not. I'm just probably to be like old takes exposed. I won't be like, oh, cancel the season, fire this. I'm expecting a loss. What I'm expecting is a win in Arrowhead with the AFC Championship. Ooh. I believe. I just feel like that game in 2018 we should not have lost because we had Eric Weddle and CJ Mosley on Tyreek Hill. I think we will make the right selections, and I think it'll come down to that. It'll be a 4th and 10. It's like, oh, we've been here before, but we stop them. Kind of like that that Browns Week 17, the year before the Bengals got it. Yeah, CJ Mosley picked it off. I'm definitely, I'm feeling the win in Arrowhead for the AFC. That's just me. I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's see. Jeremy Reynolds says, I agree with what Simply said. I'd consider it a success if we get to at least the AFC Championship game.
Now, if we both had Julio, I think we both agree it was Super Bowl or bust.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, for the Chiefs, it's Super Bowl or bust because you get your first-round pick to protect your quarterback who that could be a rental, a 1-year rental for Orlando Brown.
Right. Yeah. But, yeah, so let's see. If you're just joining the live stream, guys, and you're reading the title of the video and you clicked on this video because of the title of the video and you want to know the answer, the real reason why the Ravens are going to be deadly on offense next season, if you're just joining us, is because Lamar will be taking more snaps under center, more than the regular 4% that he's been taking. That'll make the Ravens more unpredictable and way more challenging to defend because you're just not going to know what's coming. It's going to be a linebackers and a safeties hell. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we will go ahead and take some more comments from the chat here. If you are not watching the live stream of this podcast, big shout out to you. Hello. Thank you guys for joining. Hashtag replay gang. Make sure you leave that in the comments. But make sure you leave also your thoughts, your opinions, your questions, anything that you have down below because we will get to those as well. And make sure you guys like the video too and subscribe if you're new. All right, so our guy Christopher Swain says, Sutton and Simply, I feel the same way about the offense, but we got to keep it real, fellas. These guys haven't played in an NFL game yet. The rookies are unproven. I'm excited too, but I got to keep it in perspective.
I agree. I mean, I'm not expecting a lot out of Bateman, like not a Justin Jefferson type year. He can have the impact. But I think him just being our number 3 receiver is going to do wonders. And I think just having the offseason too, like a normal offseason, we can expect more from these guys. Because I didn't have high expectations for Queen, Dobbins, Harrison. But, I mean, Dobbins exceeded my expectations. Because we didn't expect Mark Ingram to go that terrible decline. But I don't expect them to be game changers. But they will make their impact known. And thinking about it now, think about the Raiders, their defense in week 1. I wouldn't be surprised if Rashad Bateman gets a touchdown in week 1. Just thinking about it,
I wouldn't be surprised either. You got to look at how like our rookies from last year, they really balled out given the circumstances. J.K. Dobbins, Patrick Queen. Yeah.
Patrick Queen, sack, forced fumble, and then J.K. Dobbins, 2 touchdowns.
Exactly. So my thing is, Christopher Swain, why not? Why not have Rashad Bateman? Why can't Rashad Bateman come out and be dominant right away? Or some of our other rookies, maybe Odafe Owe, who I heard has been doing really well in camp as well, especially in second reps. That means he's willing to learn. I think that these guys can definitely come out and make an immediate impact. Of course, they're unproven. We got to keep it real, of course. But, hey, man, there's OTAs. OTAs are back. Training camps are back. Preseason is back. We are back to normal. So I think that these guys are definitely going to benefit from that, especially our second-year guys as well. But I see what you're saying, Christopher Swain. We do have to keep it in perspective. We got to keep it real because we haven't seen anything real yet. But we do have another Super Chat donation. This one comes in from the spirit of Ogun, our guy Ogun. Big shout out to you, bro. We thank you so much for your donation and all your support. He says, should the Ravens go after Zach Ertz?
I don't think so. I think I saw the Chargers were interested in him. I just don't think too much money. And just, I'd rather have one of our younger guys make it because he won't be our 1, he won't be our 2. He'll be the 3.
Wait, Zach Ertz? If Zach Ertz came into Baltimore, he wouldn't be the number 2 tight end?
I have Nick Boyle over him 100%.
Because we're running team, he's a better blocker.
I just think Nick Boyle overall, I mean, not pass catching, but just blocking what he can bring. The Ravens value blocking. That. Why do you think Miles Boykin had so many damn snaps blocking?
Yeah, you're right about that. Let's see.
I mean, do you think we should?
No,
Okay.
I don't think we should, purely from like a money standpoint.
Okay.
I would love to have him in Baltimore because I think that just makes it just one more weapon. And like you said, he's not the best blocking, but pass catching, he can be a threat, a real threat at that. So, just having him, Mark Andrews, Hollywood Brown, Bateman, Watkins on the field all at the same time, it's like pick your poison, right? That's why I think he would be good in Baltimore. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I pose a question?
Sure.
I believe Nick Boyle's contract ends after this year. The Falcons didn't pick up Hayden Hurst's option for next year. Do we get Hayden Hurst? Because he will be the number 2.
But he wants to be a number 1.
You thought you were going to be number 1 in the pass-heavy offense, and you didn't do all of that. Why not come on back? If you would want to, I'd take him back in a heartbeat. That's just, it's next year. You never know. Never know.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Zeke Phillips chimes in, says, as an Eagles fan, I feel like I didn't see Zach Ertz a lot this season. It's either just me or Carson Wentz couldn't get any passes to him.
He was hurt a lot. And they were letting Goddard take over or go there, his role as number 1.
Yep. So let's see. All right. So I think that is going to be about it for the OTA talk, and also the talk about Greg Roman and Roman's revenge as well. Now I think we can go ahead and get into our question segment.
I think we can.
Yeah, I think we can go ahead and get into our question segment now. So you guys can ask us like anything, literally anything, guys.
Whatever you want to.
Anything about anything. It can be about Ravens football. It can be about basketball. It can be about MMA. It can be about the whole Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley thing. It can be about music. It can be about food, life, anything. Ask us now in the live chat. If you're watching, if you're part of the hashtag replay gang, hi. Make sure you leave your comments, your questions down below in the comment section. So we're going to go ahead and just kick this off with our guy, the April 2123. He says, thoughts on T. Martin and Keith Williams, I believe he meant. T. Martin and Keith Williams, man, like we said earlier in the episode, probably the most underrated pickups of the offseason. You agree?
Talk about it. 100%. Nobody talks about it. Nobody knows about it. 100% with it. Love it.
Yeah.
Love him.
Love it. And if you go back and watch like the mic'd up footage of T. Martin, you can just tell why we love him so much. Just because, and we talked about this earlier too, just the connection that he's able to make with the receivers, that it just didn't seem like Culley made, David Culley, the last wide receivers coach. So,
Yeah, they were on their phones in the corner.
Right. Yeah. Shout out to Click One for that information. Let's see. Our guy Boz says, like the video, or the kids don't eat. We haven't brought up the kids in a while. Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll put him in the basement.
I know you moved, so is there a new basement? Is it worse conditions?
Oh, there is a
before?
basement. I mean, I tell you what. Boz saw it. There's a window, and like the escape ladder. There's a thing on top of it. You'll get locked in between like where the ladder is, so like you can't get out. I'll put like a big boulder on top of it so the kids are outside and can't get out. I will put rats down there. Man. I will go to like PetSmart and get like crickets and like a mouse and a rat.
No,
like the rat from like Baltimore, like those ones like in Subway, New York rats. Yeah, they're not. They're like cats
ones too.
They're like cats. Yeah. So I think we might have to do that.
Well, I mean, listen, man, you guys heard it here first. You better make sure you like the video, or the kids, not only are they not eating, they're not getting out of a dark hole.
I swear, someone's gonna watch this and think we're serious.
Right. Make sure you guys like the video, man. We appreciate all of you guys for watching and joining the stream tonight.
As Bob says, the dummy rats.
The dummy rats. Oh no. All right, let's see. Other questions. We have another question coming from our guy Void. He says, Barracuda versus a Goliath tigerfish. Who wins? Man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what a Goliath tigerfish looks like. And I'm not exactly sure how big a barracuda is. I know what a barracuda is, but I'm not exactly sure how big it is. Now in a
I look
fight,
up Goliath tigerfish, and they say they said like these are for sale, bro.
what? Whoa,
I don't even want
yeah,
to eat that, and I love like
yeah,
seafood.
right. That doesn't even look appealing at all. So I don't know. I feel like it's more savage than the barracuda. I'm gonna go with the Goliath tigerfish for my money. All right.
Okay, well here's a barracuda for other people. Just to see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
going with the
going.
Goliath
I
tigerfish.
got Goliath tigerfish
Yeah,
11
for
times
sure.
out of 10,
Yeah, me too. Me too. Let's see. Christopher Swain says, "Are you guys gonna watch Copa America this summer?"
as well with the Euros, both of them. Yeah,
Gotta check them out. Gotta check them out. I
yeah,
know I
man,
will.
soccer.
I will definitely be checking. I gotta get into more soccer, man. I know you're
Hey, this is
super
the summer,
into it.
and it's crazy because I'm looking because my team Arsenal play in Florida in July, and the tickets they're pretty cheap. So hopefully
Yeah.
I can. We'll see. We'll see.
Let's see. Dami Adeleke says, "Who should the Wizards get in free agency?" The Wizards.
We are not. I'm not a Wizards fan. I'm a Bulls fan, even though I'm wearing a Memphis Grizzlies jersey. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I don't know who's hitting free agency after this season in the NBA, at least not yet. So, who should the Wizards get? I mean, I think that the Wizards need a forward. They need a forward. They need a
We need a
guy
new
who can
coach.
that too. But I think they need like a solid 3 or a 4. So a small forward or a power forward to just kind of either dominate down low or just to be able to score the basketball. Let Russell Westbrook, let him do his facilitating
Let
when
Russ
he
cook.
does.
That
Let
doesn't
Russ
matter what
cook.
sport we're talking about.
Right. But he needs somebody who can knock down threes, a big guy who can knock down threes, a big guy who can come down low and play defense as well. They need a really good two-way forward. That's what I think the Wizards need to get in free agency. All right. Let's see. Zeke Phillips says, "Will the Suns beat the Lakers in Game 6? What do you guys think?" Oh, that's tonight.
I
That's
kind of hope the
tonight
Suns.
too.
I hope the Suns
Is it
win
on
just
yet?
to see what. I think 9:30.
9:30. Okay, so yeah, we'll be right on time for that. But oh man, this is gonna be tough. Does anybody know if Anthony Davis is playing tonight?
It's 10:30.
10:30. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if Anthony Davis is playing tonight. If he's not,
he's starting. He's expected
he's starting.
to start.
But see, here's the thing though. What's today? Thursday? Tuesday was the last time they played. And in warm-ups, Anthony Davis was out there. He was grimacing. He didn't play that game, but he was grimacing in warm-ups.
He's playing
through pain, of course. And a lot of these guys do when it comes playoff time, obviously. But Anthony Davis, he's the type of player. He's very fragile. We know this. All it takes is for him to come down on his leg the wrong way one time, and he's out for the rest of the game. You know.
That was Kevin Durant in the finals against the Raptors. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was him or Klay
Achilles.
Thompson. They were playing through pain. Then they just.
Yeah. So, will the Suns beat the Lakers in Game 6? It really all comes down to if Chris Paul can play a lot of minutes and be on the floor and facilitate and things like that, and can Devin Booker score the basketball? Last game, I think it was Game 5. Yeah, he actually played pretty well. He scored, and then DeAndre Ayton needs to be an anchor down low. If he can be an anchor down low, and Devin Booker and Chris Paul can do the thing, I absolutely think that they can close out the Lakers tonight. And I don't think there would be anything that LeBron could do about it. Now, if LeBron takes over tonight, say, AD is not playing well because he's hurt or for whatever have you reason, and LeBron takes over and wins that game, then
They're winning Game 7.
They're winning Game 7. They're winning Game 7 because that just goes to show you that LeBron's not playing.
Honestly, today is like the series right now. Suns, you better win this.
Yeah.
Oh, my Siri just came up. I don't know why, but the Suns better win this. So yeah, I don't know why.
All right. So let's see what else we have here. Click one. It says, y'all probably have talked about the PFF QB rankings, but it pissed me off so much seeing Dak and Josh Allen over Lamar. The lowest Lamar should have been was 6 on that list. Y'all agree or disagree?
Phony Football Focus. They did it again. They've done it again. Yeah. So we talked about them. Their credibility is just swooping down.
Yeah. Now, the other day, they did say something good about our cornerbacks. They did say
They
that
did.
Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters was the best outside cornerback duo in the league,
That's common
which is
knowledge.
facts. That's common knowledge, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they would have got that one wrong, then we would have really had to reevaluate their credibility. But, yeah, man, I think, honestly, I don't want to put Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson. I don't want to do it. I really don't want to. Or Dak. I don't want Dak over Lamar either, because the only reason why Dak puts up crazy numbers is because they're down 21 points in the second half, and they have to throw the ball over the field to come back.
Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb.
Right. I definitely don't want Dak over Lamar. I can understand where some people will say Josh Allen over Lamar, and this isn't just me being biased as a Ravens fan and therefore a Lamar Jackson fan, but for me, Lamar Jackson, he just checks off more boxes than Josh Allen does. It's not like Josh Allen is the most accurate quarterback in the National Football League. He's not. He's got a big arm.
Last year.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He clearly overthrew a touchdown to Stephon Diggs. A couple plays. But I definitely think that Lamar Jackson, he checks off more boxes than Josh Allen when it comes to, the arm strength. Lamar has a big arm, so does Josh Allen. Accuracy, of course, right now, people may say Josh Allen's a little bit more consistent than Lamar Jackson, but Josh Allen also gets a lot more opportunities than Lamar Jackson gets to as well.
Thank you.
Of course, Lamar Jackson is just a much better athlete. Lamar Jackson's a better athlete than pretty much anybody in the National Football League. So for my money, I'm going with Lamar Jackson over Dak and Josh Allen. So I agree with you. Click one.
There we go.
Let's see. Void also says cats or dogs. For me, I'm gonna say dogs. Dogs are just so friendly. I love them. They love you. Cats are kind of mischievous. They're sneaky. They're there 1 second. They're not there the next.
Man. The cat slander.
Hey, I'm sorry. I had a cat when I was younger. Probably when I was about 10 years old. The cat's name was Missy. Missy would terrorize me. Would just jump on my head, jump on my shoulders with her sharp ass nails, claws, and just dig into me. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. So from there on out,
I think Missy had beef with you just for.
I think cats are just natural predators, so they like to mess with you and stuff like that. And I'm just not with that, man. I like dogs. They're just so loving and inviting.
Cat. I'm a cat guy. Although my cats scrap every night, so. Yeah. I hear them fighting each other, so they can. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because your cat never another cat to fight with. Maybe that could be it.
Yeah. Maybe. All right, let's see. Kayla Sports says, Alex, did you see that Zach LaVine reportedly sold his house?
Yes, I also saw it was his smaller house, but he has another house in Chicago. So I saw it. I was scared, but somebody was like, yeah, it's no reason to be worried about it. So
yeah. All right, so we have another question coming in from Raven Ron. Thank you for joining the stream tonight.
Thank you.
He says, who will have better production, Tylan Wallace or Devin Duvernay? This is a good question.
Yeah. Kind of the battle for the number 4 receiver.
Yeah.
I'm going Devin Duvernay. I think because of the kick returning, punt returning, as well as jet sweeps and maybe drags, I think I would expect more from him. So I think he will have better production.
I have to agree. I just think that he has a leg up on Tylan Wallace because he's already been in this offense for a year at this point. And, of course, those Ravens coaches, John Harbaugh, they know where they want Devin Duvernay. They want him on those gadget plays. They want him on special teams. And therefore, like you said, I feel like he'll have more production over first-year rookie Tylan Wallace because all of a sudden, it's a pretty crowded wide receivers core.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Tylan Wallace is not necessarily at the top of the totem pole. As much excitement as we have, low-key excitement that we have for Tylan Wallace, I was one of the main ones even before the draft saying, Tylan Wallace is a guy that I really think we should get to Baltimore. I just don't think we use him that much in his rookie season, and Devin Duvernay will definitely get the better share of the opportunities. So, yeah, I think Devin Duvernay. I agree with you there. Let's see what other questions we have from you guys. We'll take a couple more tonight. Let's see. Void follows up our cats and dogs discussion. He says, cats are awesome. They take care of themselves better than dogs. That is true.
That's true. I'm lazy. So it's I don't have to walk them. It's pretty easy to take care of a cat. Maybe that's why.
They're a lot lower maintenance. That's for sure. All right. Let's see. Click one says, will y'all ever hold any in-person events to meet up with supporters, like two-hand touch football on a local high school field or something like that? I am all for that, man. I am
Why
all
not?
for that. Why not? You know, I know we were talking about the preseason game, the Ravens
Yes, I'm
versus
so down.
Washington
I'm
preseason
super
game.
down. It's on a Saturday,
Yes.
and it got moved to like. Let me see the time. It was 4:30, but I think
Mm.
they moved it back. Let me check it out.
So they moved it later.
Yeah, it's perfect. Like it's on a Saturday. Like it's not like a midweek game.
Okay.
Yeah, August 28th, 6 o'clock.
Cool.
Perfect.
Cool. We will be there. We will be there for sure. I had somebody, our guy Josh, one of our guys, part of the Rain Gang, he hit me up yesterday asking me about that. So we definitely got to cop our tickets. And the Rain Gang, if you guys want to meet us there, definitely come through. We'll be, probably out there tailgating and stuff like that. So make sure y'all
I'm
pull
hoping
up
our
to
boys
that.
Russian and God can come too. It'd be perfect.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely,
was
definitely.
I was honestly just buy a cheap seat because it's not going to be sold out. I think I'm going more just for like the experience rather than seeing the damn game.
Experience.
I could care
Right.
less. So
Right. But okay, let's see. We have another super chat donation coming in from our guy Asmodeus.
Thank you, Asmodeus.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you, bro. He says no questions tonight. Just miss y'all. Hashtag
We miss
McChicken.
you.
Yeah.
We miss you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. Russian on God said they're there. On God said he'll try his best. Yeah, we got to link up.
On God, if you need me to pick you up, I will. I will do it. I will be your chaperone. We got to do the meetup.
Jason Ridley says, Alex, how much rap music do you listen to?
A good amount, a very good amount, an unhealthy amount, to be honest. Yeah.
What would you say would be like the percentage, like in total, like music that you listen to in total? What percentage of that is rap music?
Probably 70%. Then we're gonna go 20% R&B, then 10% anything else.
Okay.
It used to be honest. I used to listen to R&B mainly, and then I got right back onto the rap.
To the rap. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that. It's probably about the same for me now that you mention it. Probably like 70% rap, 20% R&B, and then 10% is just kind of anything else,
Yeah.
And it depends on like time period, like where I am in life and stuff like that for sure.
And like summertime too. Like I'm not gonna lie, like the pop in the summertime. Let Ariana Grande drop an album right now. Only thing I'm listening to. Let it happen.
You ever heard of what's the artist? What's her name? Olivia Rodrigo?
I'm not gonna lie. That song "Good for You."
Yeah, kind of slaps. I heard it for the first time the other day. I was like, it just randomly came on my Apple Music. I was like, okay, what's this?
I was like,
yeah. Okay. But yeah, thank you for your question, Jason Ridley. Let's see. All right, we'll take just a few more here.
I'm 7.
Yeah,
it's fine.
We'll keep them going. Let's see. Void says, which song sounds better, Dark Knight Demo or Miss the Rage? This is a great question.
What do you think?
I'm gonna go Dark Knight Demo because I really like Trippie Redd. I really like Travis Scott as well. But I feel like that song was such a vibe. Miss the Rage, I really like the beat. The beat's great, but like the lyrics I can kind of forget about. I don't really know what they're talking about in that song. But Dark Knight Demo is a whole vibe. The music video to go with it is crazy. So for my money, I'm going with Dark Knight Demo.
I'm going Dark Knight Demo too. Didn't like Cardi's verse in Mr. Rage. I was more hyped for the instrumental and Trippie Redd than just. I think Cardi kind of ruined it for me. I'm gonna get slack for that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge Playboi Carti fan. I love Cardi.
Yeah.
But there's certain songs that he gets on where it's just like, okay, Cardi didn't need to be on this. Like, you think of songs like Pain 1993, Drake's song?
Yeah.
With Cardi on it. Like, Cardi gets on it and he just kind of does whatever. And I'm just like, all right, it's Cardi. But, I wasn't a huge fan.
Did you listen to Pierre Bourne?
No, not his raps.
Oh,
I do not.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
Am I?
I'm a huge fan of his. Huge fan.
Is he really good?
Listen to For You. I think you'll like it. I'll send it to you after the show.
Yeah, send it to me, bro. All right, let's see. Xavier Peterson says, what are your favorite Ravens player all time or period?
Bolden for sure is one of my favorite all time. That was like the first move I had. I think Bolden was the most excited I've been for a Ravens move until Lamar. I'll go, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say Bolden, but I would say
besides
either
Ray
him.
Lewis. Ed Reed.
I'm about to say Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. I feel like those are the
Suggs.
common answers. Suggs was the common answer, so I don't want to say those guys. But I guess if I can't say those guys, I would have to say Anquan Bolden just because of what he did for us in that 2012 season.
And Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby Jones, honorable mention. I might have to say Lamar Jackson and Joe Flacco were up there too. Honestly, just because Flacco, his playoff run, I'll never stop bragging about that 11 touchdowns, no interceptions in the postseason. I'll never stop bragging about that.
Yeah.
For that, he'll always be one of my favorite Ravens. He was the first quarterback on the Ravens to actually go and win a Super Bowl, and it wasn't just all because of the defense. Not all because of the defense. Flacco, he was out there actually willing and dealing for a couple years. All right,
and Voy brings up Steve Smith Sr. I remember I was in high school, like, checking the rumor mill. I was like, are we actually getting Steve Smith? I was hyped for that one, too.
Right.
I'll always be a Steve. Always be a Steve Smith fan here.
Yeah. All right. So Xavier Peterson says, what about Ray Rice? Voy says, Ray, yes and no. But, okay. Let's see. Christopher Swain says, favorite old school rapper? That's a good question. For me, old school rappers definitely got to be Biggie, the Notorious B.I.G. When it comes to storytelling, I think that he is probably still one of the best to ever do it. And if you disagree with me, go and listen to Warning by Biggie. Definitely go listen to that song. Another one, honorable mention for me, Big L. A lot of you guys probably don't know who Big L was, but he was a rapper in the 90s. He was killed before he could really ever get, too big. But he was mainstream for sure. But he was probably one of the best freestylers that I've ever heard. If you never heard of the 95 freestyle by Big L, go listen to that song as well, because that is just nothing but bars, straight bars. But what do you think, Alex?
I'm going to go, I like Snoop Dogg, Tupac, I like Nas. I like those three.
Okay. Snoop is a really good one, too.
Yeah.
Snoop is a really good one. All right, let's see here. Moolah Boy Quan says, have y'all heard Voice of the Heroes by Lil Durk and Lil Baby?
Yes.
Yes. I think I heard it the other day, but I wasn't really paying attention. I know that Lil Baby and Lil Durk's album, their tape drops tonight.
Tonight at 12, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll probably give that a listen. But yeah. K-Dog agrees with me, says Big L had a sick flow. He did, absolutely. See, that's why I rock with K-Dog, man, because he knows, man. He knows. All right, let's see. King Vino says, it's funny you say that. I listened to the Big L freestyle last night. So classic. Yes,
we're always in the same, same wavelength here.
Yeah.
Always.
Absolutely. All right, let's see. Big Pun. Okay, I like that. Raven Ron says Big L Ebonics. Check it out. Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out for sure. Voice says bacon or sausage?
Bacon any day of the week. Every day that ends with Y, I'm taking bacon. Easy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Easy.
It's easy money.
And put cinnamon on that sometimes, too, or dip it in syrup. Oh, my God. You can just do anything with it.
So do you prefer pork bacon or turkey bacon?
Turkey bacon.
Good man. Yeah.
Look at that. Same wavelength. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
I like that. All right. So, let's see. I think that is going to go ahead and do it for us tonight. I think that is all the questions that we'll
78
take
likes.
Here.
That's very good for the off season. Thank you. I was thinking 75. We passed it. I'll take it. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll take one more question. Let's see. Darius the official, since this is our guy Darius, man, we got to take your question. He says, breakfast, dinner, or lunch? What do you prefer the most?
I can have breakfast for any one of those meals. I'll be honest with you. I mean, if you don't like breakfast for like dinner sometimes, are you human?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. Yeah. You know, like you know how you have like a upside down day where you eat breakfast at night for dinner, but you never eat dinner for breakfast. So it's like it never goes
maybe leftovers. You don't make it. You don't make it,
right? Exactly. So I'll definitely take breakfast as well.
I'm going breakfast.
K-Dog says, smash the like button. Smash that like button. Absolutely. Thank you, K-Dog. We appreciate it.
Last question. What is like your favorite breakfast meal? What is ending on that, since we're talking about breakfast?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. My favorite breakfast meal is definitely got to be an omelet with all the fixings, man. I love omelets with spinach. I like the diced ham in it. That's so good. I like the peppers, of course, onions. Yeah, and what else? I think that's about it. Cheese, of course, but yeah, omelets for me. What about you?
It's either homemade French toast or chicken and waffles. Love it.
Chicken
Love
and
some chicken and
waffles.
waffles, bro.
I've had chicken and waffles one time. I wasn't all that impressed.
Where'd you get it from?
So I was with my girlfriend. It was her birthday like a couple years ago. We went to this restaurant called Succotash. Pretty fancy restaurant. It's
Okay.
out near the National Harbor out in Oxon Hill. And I ordered the chicken and waffles. But the chicken and waffles, like, it was kind of underwhelming. I didn't really get the flavor combination of the two together. Like, what is so special about it?
I gotcha. See, I first got it. I was like Chili's. I used to work right across from Chili's, and I got it for lunch. I'm like, this is kind of ass. Went to Iron Rooster. I love it. Iron Rooster, fire. You ever been there?
It is. Yeah, I have actually.
Bro.
It's really, really good.
Fire.
I know.
Love it.
On God says anything breakfast related slaps. Absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's never a bad time to eat breakfast.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think that is going to go ahead and do it for us tonight on the episode 54, the Tyus Bowser episode of the Purple Rain podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you guys of the Rain Gang for coming out tonight, joining the stream, putting your comments, thoughts in the comment section in the chat. Also, all you guys who donated, we appreciate you guys so much. Like the video, guys. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new and you enjoyed the content tonight, because there's a lot more on the way. Real quick before we get out of here, if you love MMA, I just dropped 5-minute MMA, which is actually a half an hour. I'm kind of making up for the last couple weeks that I missed. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out as well. But like we said, man, a lot more Ravens content coming your way. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And that's going to be it from Sutton Def and Simply AS10. And I'll let my guys simply take us out.
And Chris Wayne, the Zach Orr episode. What a linebacker. Yeah, it was a Zach Orr episode. And I see you, Gerald. He said Miss Shirley on Pratt Street. Oh, write that down. Because
absolutely,
I'm going to have to do that. But
Miss Shirley,
thank you for coming out. 54.
Yes.
And, much like these Memphis Grizzlies, we are out. Stay positive. Test negative. And
call God. We're going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.